So Baltimore Ravens former All-Pro left tackle Ronnie Stanley says that he feels the best he has in years and is ready for a big bounce-back season. We also got Patrick Ricard talking about Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, and a sleeper wide receiver. Plus the Ravens added a veteran defensive tackle that's looking to help out this defense, who actually got a sack on Lamar Jackson already in his NFL career. We got the best safety duo in football according to PFF. Plus we got Roquan Smith and some other guys talking about our defensive coordinator Zachary Orr and how much confidence they have in him. We got all that and much more. So welcome in to another episode of Ravens Reports. It's your guy Noah here with For the Flock. As always, bringing you guys our top 5 news reports and storylines coming out of our Baltimore Ravens today. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's dive into the content, rapid fire, get you all of your Ravens news and information. So at number 1, Josh Tupoa is signed to the Baltimore Ravens, the former Cincinnati Bengal, who, as you can see in this clip here, got a sack on Lamar Jackson. The Ravens now have a very deep and complete defensive tackle room that I think is, this room is set. Like, these guys are the ones going into training camp and are going to be fighting for spots here. You got Broderick Washington, who's made plays in minicamp and looked well, moving well, getting into the backfield as a pass rusher, according to some reports. Justin Madubuike, we know he's, according to last year, the best interior pass rushing defensive lineman in football. He led the entire National Football League in sacks. He was dominant, unblockable. He signed a monster contract extension that locks him up in here in Baltimore for years to come. You also got Travis Jones, the third-year player, looking for a big role, looking like it could be a breakout year for Jones. Of course, Michael Pierce, the big physical nose tackle, the two-gapping physical beast in the middle of the line that anchors the run defense and really helps out. He can also provide some push, as a pass rusher and get back in the backfield as well. We also got Brent Urban, who played a nice role last year, some nice veteran leadership, and also was really good at getting his hands up and deflecting some passes. Good as a run defender, good veteran depth piece there. And then Josh Tupoa, who's just added, who is looking to make this roster as one of those veteran depth guys and has made some plays in his NFL career as well. So Tupoa is 6'3", 320 pounds. He is 30 years old, and he played 6 years with the Cincinnati Bengals, and he had 2 sacks in 2022, and the Ravens add some more depth at that position. Here's what Patrick Ricard had to say on Justice Hill on an interview on Green Light with Chris Long, the podcast here. He talks about Justice Hill, talks about Derrick Henry. If you guys haven't got a chance to check that interview out, I'll leave a link in the description.
Yeah, so one of the things I think was a strength for you guys last year, even though you lose Keaton, and, obviously you've had running back injuries in the past, was having a Justice Hill back there. I think Justice didn't get enough credit for what he did for you guys. Like, can you speak to the importance of Justice and then how you see that running back room kind of shaking out next year with usage? Because you've got the big dog coming to town, and he's going to help in the red zone and that sort of thing. But I love that the 1-2 punch that the speedy guy gives you too. Yeah, no, I love Justice. He's a guy that plays every single phase of special teams. He always does it. He never gets I'm a running back, I don't need to do it. But he's very good at what he does in all those different roles. And then he's a back where he could be all down back, but he's really good in third down. He's really good at pass protection and picking up reads and understanding of who he has to get and where they're going to go. And he's a really good option out of the backfield. He catches a lot of balls, and he usually will make 1 or 2 guys miss. And he's very explosive, and he can really cut very quickly. He's definitely an underrated guy. I don't think he gets enough credit just because of the backs that we've had. But, we lost Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. Both went to the Chargers. With It's the L.A. Ravens now, man. They got everybody over there.
If you look at what Justice Hill did last year, he was really an underrated piece of the success of the Ravens, man. He made a lot of plays as a pass catcher on third down, making some clutch catches. He did really well as a pass protector. He also had some really nice one-cut downhill runs and had some nice bursts, hitting the edge on some runs as well. And then here's what Patrick Ricard had to say about a sleeper wide receiver, Dayton Wade, who's an undrafted guy who he's showing some love to as a fellow undrafted guy, a converted defensive tackle to fullback a few years ago.
We have a receiver. His last name is Wade. He's number 18. And I'm just seeing every day this man's flashing. He's looking really crisp when he runs his route. He's catching all the balls. He has strong hands. He doesn't say too much. He just puts his head down and he's constantly just making plays. And, I think that I think he's gonna, make some noise in the preseason. I just remember his first name is Dayton Wade.
Dayton Wade, Ole Miss.
Dayton Wade, yeah.
Yep.
I think, I think he's a guy to look out for.
At number 3, Derrick Henry says it's a breath of fresh air to not be the center of attention for once in his career, right? With the Tennessee Titans, he never really had elite quarterback play. Ryan Tannehill had a couple of good years. Marcus Mariota, is a backup. He had a rookie quarterback last year in Will Levis. He's never had an elite quarterback in an elite offense. Like, he has been the offense with Tennessee his entire career, and he's carried the offense. I mean, this guy, had a rushing title, multiple All-Pro, Pro Bowl selections in his career. He's an absolute monster. He really has quite literally, carried the load, carried the offense on his shoulders. And he gets to come into an offense now with a 2-time MVP, a top 5 offense from last year in points per game, yards per game, man, a dominant offense with a second-year coordinator in Todd Monken with a lot of experience under his belt, Lamar Jackson. And then he's surrounded with, other all-pro talents, guys like Mark Andrews, and, he's got some talented receivers in Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar, the rookie Devontae Walker. And he's also got another couple of running backs, some talented backs, like Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell, and the rookie Rasheen Ali, next to him in the backfield. And then the absolute monster and Patrick Ricard, who's going to be lead blocking for him. Like, he's not going to be the center of attention, but also having him in the backfield draw some more eyes away from Lamar Jackson to help him not be the center of attention. And you just have so many talent at all layers of your offense, and it's going to be a really potent offense. I'm just excited to see what it looks like in the second year with Todd Monken. And at number 4, here is what Roquan Smith and Kyle Van Noy had to say on their new defensive coordinator. These are 2 leaders of the defense, Roquan Smith and Kyle Van Noy. But here's what they had to say. I'll run the clips back to back on their first-year defensive coordinator, the linebacker coach from last year, Zachary Orr.
Zio stepping in, and he's going to do a great job. He has a relationship, I would say, with everybody on defense, and you don't see that everywhere you go. Zio passions himself on relationships and communication. He's done a really good job of communicating what he wants done, and you better do it.
Office, me, when I first got traded, my first day here, I remember him going up to his office, me going over pretty much every play. There was a lot. My head was spinning a little bit, but like how he was very patient with me and was able to teach the information that I would need in order to succeed with playing a game within like 6 days. So I think that's just a credit to like how he get down, how he's about his business, and I'm just excited for him to show the world exactly how he called a game and how he motivates defense like no other.
I love the confidence they have in him. All the reports is that this is a, player-oriented, passionate, hardworking, like all the intangible stuff, like really talented coach in Zachary Orr. And we know he was a really talented player, but he's brought that same work ethic and passion as a coach. And I think it was a no-brainer, no hesitancy type of decision whenever Mike McDonald left for Seattle to take the head coaching job there. John Harbaugh didn't have to think twice. He went straight to Zach Orr and was like, dude, you've been ready for this. Let's get it, man. And I love the players, the confidence they have in him, and the confidence that Zach Orr has in his players. I'm really excited for this defense. And at number 5, Ronnie Stanley. This is huge. He says he feels great. I feel I'm as strong and quick as I've ever been. He said he didn't want to go out on last year. He had to rotate. He wasn't healthy. He had to change his technique and pass protection. He had some good games, some good plays, but, he also had a lot of inconsistency and some really ugly pass reps where he's just got beat, man. Especially against some power rushers he wasn't able to anchor with his injuries he's been dealing with. But this is as healthy as he's been in years. He says he feels great, quick and as strong as he's ever been. He's worked on his conditioning throughout the offseason, and that's why they restructured that contract and, changed it to a 1-year deal. So it's beneficial for the Ravens and him, especially if he plays well. If Ronnie Stanley even gets back to like 80 or 90% of what the 2019 All-Pro version of him was, Lamar Jackson's going to have some time to throw the ball. His blind side's going to be protected. The passing offense is going to be much improved if we have time to get the ball down to some of the speedsters that we have, the 4.4 speed of Zay Flowers, the 4.4 speed of Rashad Bateman, and the 4.3 speed of the Rook, in Devontae Walker, man. The sky is truly the limit on this offense and how, diverse and balanced it can be with a downfield passing attack, intermediate stuff with the tight ends, the quick game, the screen game with Zay Flowers and other guys, and then the run game, the play action. Like, the Ravens are going to be able to do so much on offense to keep guys and defenses off balance, especially if we get some solid pass protection. And Ronnie Stanley is a huge part of that. Probably the biggest part of that equation of the offensive line success is if Ronnie Stanley is a lockdown left tackle, then you got the anchor in the middle and Tyler Linderbaum. That'll really help stabilize this offensive line that is seeing a lot of change with 3 new starters this year. As always, man, if you guys enjoyed today's content, don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you got your subscribe and notification bell on so we can keep you up to date on all of your Baltimore Ravens news and content. We got some more post-June releases that are trickling out coming up. We also got training camp in just a couple of weeks. Then we got preseason. The season's right around the corner, man. I'm excited. I'm fired up. Make sure you got that button on so we can keep you up to date on everything Baltimore Ravens. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
Ray, when he wasn't looking, he ran me over.